So, you have mentioned before that like you was going through a lot of. It almost seems like a depression thing, like anxiety. Like you getting in front of like the camera is like, it's like you kind of like freeze a little bit. Like, did it affect you like to the point where it was like, you really couldn't sleep? It was causing that much anxiety to the point where it was causing you a depression almost. Like, did you ever get to that point like that?
Yeah, man, I think so. Because this thing, right? Like we're creating the videos and just shopping, right? Copping sneakers. It's like it's like a high, right? You get hooked on that. You heard of people that like shopaholics, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like an addiction. And what comes with that is like depression. I think you get that rush from posting a video, getting all the crazy views, comments, and you get a rush from watching it. You doing boom, post it, and then you can watch it, and you can see it increasing, and you get them that dopamine, right? You
Mhm.
get that same thing. You're exercising, and and when you don't have that, you feel off. You feel like you get depressed. That's
Mhm.
that's for sure. And then as far as I was always thinking about this, right? I'm always about videos and sneakers and things, how to make a video different. I started like getting different software and different cameras and having to learn how to use them, and it's a total obsession, right? It's like
Mhm.
all the
Mhm.
time thinking about it, and it's like chasing that high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so it's like, like you're going through this and you're like, wow. But then at the same time, it's like you're starting to get, I mean, because I'm sure that you read these comments too. And a lot of these comments aren't great comments, but that's one of the things is we have to accept what it is. There's people that's gonna say, things that are accurate, and then there's some people that's gonna say like the most hatefulest thing. Has there ever been a point where it's like you came through somebody within the culture, especially like with these YouTubers, because you have a lot of YouTubers now. I think when you were starting, we consider them now pioneers, like people that's like paved the way. And it seems like now, like there's people that got beefs with other like YouTube channels, and there's people that don't like each other for whatever reason, like.
Yeah, I got that. I won't say constantly, but I remember. I don't even remember their names, but it was a couple of people. I remember one guy was like, I forget where he was getting sneakers from. I think it might have been Air Randy or one of the early websites,
Okay.
and then I think they cut him off or something, or they were gonna cut him off. I don't know the details. And he was like, man, what did you say? What did you do to make him? And I had nothing to do with that. It had
Mhm.
nothing to do with me, but he felt that because of, I don't know, something, that they stopped sending them sneakers. So there was that. Um and then there was, people just people just hitting on hitting on me, hitting on the channel,
Uh-huh.
and hating on it for either accurate reasons, made up reasons, or for accurate reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I never had an account like in the street or anything like that.
Right,
It was
right,
all
right.
like online. Online. I remember also starting to come back to me on some of the forums. There was a point where I wouldn't even go on the forums anymore, because as soon as I posted something, it was like dogs on me, biting and
Uh-huh.
chewing, and I was like, damn. Um,
Like, can I live?
yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it was attack. I
Yeah.
was getting. Yeah. So that was, that I think that would bug me out too. But having to look over my shoulder.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're doing everything, and then at one point, like it came to your head that you just wanted to stop all this. And I'm sure like you're married, right?
Yeah.
So,
Family, kids,
family, kids, and everything.
no
Like,
grandkids yet
no grandkids. Well, that's good. What was your wife saying? Like,
though.
like, was your wife was just like, listen, Carlos, like you gotta kind of like slow down with this, because I could see that it's taking a toll on you, because it's always good when you have somebody from out the box looking in, like,
Right.
like you're
Right.
in the box, and like you're constantly doing everything that you have to do to actually keep up with the channel, but
Right.
you actually have somebody who's probably not so sneaker savvy, probably somebody who's just, supports your hobby, but at the same time has an opinion. So like, what was
Right.
her opinion like behind all this, like craziness.
Yeah, I never had anybody like that, like that saw that I was getting stressed out and,
Mhm.
and told me to take a breather.
Mhm.
That never happened. I
Mhm.
wish I did, but as far as like family and stuff like that, when I first started,
Mhm.
everybody was hating. They were like, "What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?" Yeah, that was they were like, "What, you wasting your time?" It was like the negativity from the people closest to me. Not I say negativity, they're just telling me. I mean, they were trying to look out for me, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
They weren't just hating to hate.
Mhm.
They're just but there was nobody encouraging me to do what I was doing. Let me tell you, and that made me want to do it more.
Mhm.
I love actually that's my gas. I love that when people's say I can't do something because
Right.
that's
Right.
but yeah, that was it. Yeah. So, but then there was a point where there was the U.S. Chamber of Commerce a video contest.
Okay.
Did you know about that?
No. 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 No.
Yeah.
No.
So
Tell me about
U.S.
it.
Chamber of Commerce, they had a video contest on YouTube,
Okay.
and they said it's called free enterprise. They want people to enter, create a video on YouTube, and that video about free enterprise, like starting a business and how free enterprise has benefited you and
Okay.
your business. And you create that video, put it on YouTube, you load it up to their channel. I think it was to
Okay.
their channel. Yeah, and then people would vote on it every day.
Okay.
So it was all over the country. U.S. Chamber of Commerce in D.C., the head one, and people all over the United States was voting every day on videos,
Okay.
and it was like I think over 100. So right, so I did that, made the video, and people in the community. I owe all of this to the people in the community. I couldn't have done it without. I couldn't have done it without them, and I still deeply appreciate it. I won $50,000, the
Nice.
grand prize. I went to DC. I went to see Obama speak. I
Okay.
went. It was like a whole red carpet. There was a buffet in Washington D.C. and this.
Wow.
There was dudes that were like, these are the main cats of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. They're not your local little U.S. Chamber of Commerce in your town,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
These are all
Big timers.
yeah. And it was funny because I was in there. I was like, man, it's my opportunity. Of course, I got the cash, and I'm like, I gotta try to make some deals in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now that I think of it, I was so stupid, man, because I was like, yeah. They're like, they want to, they introduced themselves,
Mhm.
congratulations, and then I was like trying to sell them or something. I was
Mhm.
like, I was
Mhm.
trying to sell them on my YouTube, on my, and they were just, they were, they weren't rude or anything like that.
Right.
But now that I think about it, I must sound stupid to these guys. These are like CEOs
Right.
and
And you're the sneaker guy.
congressmen. Yeah.
And you're the sneaker guy with your video.
But when that happened, the family didn't, no more criticism. I took the whole family down there. I took my mom's down there.
Okay.
Okay. My sister. I said, y'all gonna see this. You'll see me on stage getting this big old check.
Okay. Because that's when it matters. I mean, like when it seems like when you're getting rewarded for something, that, with family, like that's when this matter and it seems like it's legit now. Okay, like now I see that what you're doing actually works. But until they don't see that money, to them it's like a waste of time.
Yeah.
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 So what was it like stopping, man? Like, because you're reading forums every day, you want these shoes, I mean, because they're coming out every week, right? And then all of a sudden, like, you stop. But it's like, like you stop doing the videos, and it's like 2 weeks, it's like, damn, I haven't done a video. But then I forgot that I'm stopping, and then, like, what was it like to just stop something that you was doing for years? Like,
a big empty hole. Yeah, it was like a big empty hole. It's like cold turkey, right? I was going cold turkey, withdraw, and yeah, it was hard. It was hard, It was hard, and and I still be lurking, right? I still be lurking, checking out what other people doing, and they were like, "Damn, that could be me," or "Damn," and so yeah, man, that's how it felt.
Do you see somebody doing something that would kind of make you be like, shit, like maybe it's not too late for me to actually like jump in this mix?
I don't know, man. I wasn't even thinking so much about it, and till we started talking, and you kind of ignited that thing in me. That's like so yeah, I've been, I mean, there was a point where I was saying, yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. People ask me, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. They're like, really, my uncle and relatives, really, you're gonna? And they every once in a while they're like, yo, what's your channel again? Because they're still talking to people about it, and so yeah, but since since we've been talking, I've kind of been thinking about. I mean, I was thinking a little about it anyway,
right.
but it was just a thought, and then I've been thinking about it more and stuff. But,
well, from what I've been seeing lately, when you're doing something good, you're gonna be missed, and you're gonna be missed by people that you didn't expect. And I'm gonna tell you, like, it was a lot of people that, like, I don't even have a lot of followers on my Twitter, but like when I seen like Premium Pete, retweeting, good convo. I can't wait to hear part 2. And you got people like Rax, he's on Kicks on Fire right now. He's like, please tell Sneakgeekz to come back to the YouTube scene. And this, I mean, let me tell you something. Rax is like a hard guy to please. Like, I really don't know of him too much. I actually knew of him through this YouTube channel called The Sit Down, and this is a guy named Don Drew, and he has a lot of interview with these with these people that people look up to, who's like real deep into like the sneaker community. Right. And I heard that interview, and he dogs everybody out. Like, I probably wouldn't even at me because he'd be like, yo, your channel is shitty as hell and all this. But I was like surprised. Like, he was like, please tell him to come back to the YouTube scene. So, I mean, like, that must be like an encouraging thing because, people want you back on the scene, So it's like, I don't know, like, have you been like looking at sneakers like lately? Like, are you impressed with what Jordan Brand has been doing lately, or do you think that it's still like the same shit with the with the quality control, like it being not manufactured correctly, glue stains? Like, are you paying attention to that still, or like like where's your mind at as far as shoes?
A little bit, yeah. I'm still paying attention to a little bit, and not too much. I'm not getting into the forums, yeah, I mean, I think it's still the same. I'm not really the one to judge this because like I said, I haven't been looking at it. But they always offer something that's like premium, right? Like with better materials and that sort of thing. Their other line. Again, I'm assuming it's still the same shit.
Yeah. Because
the feel like cardboard, or
right? Because the word
those maroons, right? Those supposed to be a better like a bin.
Well, this whole year was supposed to be the year of the remastered, right? And from what they were saying was they were going to go back to the OG materials,
right? Good
leather and everything. I think the only shoe that they actually like nailed it was the 4s, Columbia 4s, Oreo 4s. I did see the maroons. The maroons were okay. Like, it wasn't like the best thing, but it wasn't the worst thing.
Yeah.
But then you have like your aquas, which is like horrible. Yeah. You got like you have a lot of shoes, and you're trying to figure out like what did they actually like remastered. So it seems like a marketing scheme, to just get people to buy. But it seems like now Kanye is just putting like, now it's Adidas in the mix.
Yeah.
And everything is the Ultra Boost, Adidas Boost. And, Kanye is just like,
yeah, he's putting some heat out there, man.
Yeah. So it's like
tearing it up.
Yeah. Listen, he's destroying it.
I miss, that he makes me miss, like miss the sneaker game more. When I was looking at some of his stuff, I was like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, because he's dropping a lot of heat.
Yeah.
And it's accessible. You just have to know how to get it.
Right.
So, like, have you been able to get any of the new Adidas Yeezys?
No, man, nah. And I regret it, but nah, I haven't.
I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna listen to this and be like, "Don't worry, Sneakgeekz, I got you." Let me tell you something. If somebody could get you a pair of Yeezy's Adidas boots. Would you make a review on that shoe?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
know.
So there may so there might be a possibility. So there is a possibility that you could go back to review that shoe because that seems like the shoe for you to get for this year, right?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, I looked at the Camo 5, was that Supreme
Okay.
5,
Right.
and I like the way it looks. I don't know if I like it for me, but just,
Mhm.
as far as a shoe to get,
Right.
I was like, damn, I like the way it looks. I don't know
Mhm.
if, again, if it's something that I'd wear,
Right.
but I'd review. Yeah, I definitely review that, and I was about to say I'll review anything, but no, I won't review anything. I won't review anything, but yeah, I would, yeah, definitely.
Certain ones, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into some of these questions. So one of your fans asked you what is your opinion on Brad Hall? So Brad Hall is like this young kid, YouTube sensation, and he's either loved or he's either hated. And the reason why he's hated sometimes is because uh people that take this extremely seriously, they actually feel like he's mocking them, with a lot of the stuff that he does in the reviews. And then a lot of the kids actually love him because it's funny.
Right.
So it seems like he's not taking this seriously, but at the same time, it's a joke behind it. Some people say it's funny, some people say it's not. Nobody know who's behind this. He just came out of nowhere and just blew up. Some people say that Complex was behind this kid. Some people say it's not Complex. Some people say they do know, but they're not gonna say, yada yada yada. So like, I don't know if you've seen any of his videos, and like, what's your opinion on some of like his reviews?
Yeah, is that the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
In front of the fireplace. I just got turned on to him, and it's different. It's interesting. It's different. I've seen like maybe one of his. I haven't really seen a lot of his videos and or anything like that. So I think it's good.
Okay.
I think it's good because anything that brings more variety, more content, more to the community, to the for people to see, I think it's great because everybody's got, some people not gonna hate him, some people gonna love him, and that's good as long as it was important is bringing more people in to the community to start the discussion. Yeah,
And I mean,
I think it's all good.
And I mean, I understand it though, like there's only but so many ways that you could review a shoe. So it kind of seems like he's just like making fun of it, but kind of like embracing it, if that makes sense,
Yeah. I couldn't tell, to be honest, to be able to say if he's faking it or, I mean, I think I think it's a mixture. Maybe some of it he's faking it, and some of it is original. That's the way he is or something.
Yeah, who knows? Because nobody knows. He's like a mystery guy. All right, so somebody asked, up tempo air, what was your affiliation with that? Because there was a lot of speculation that you owned it because it kind of seemed like after you disappeared, like that website disappeared. So like, what was your affiliation with that? Because you was at some point, did you promote that website or like what was going on like with that?
Yeah, I don't even remember, to be honest. But no, I didn't have ownership in any kind of website.
Okay.
Or store or anything like that. I was often got that, when I would promote somebody. Sneaker Father was a big one. And they would be, people would be like, oh, he's part owner, his website, whatever. But no, I never did. Up tempo, I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember. I'd have to look at my videos to see if I ever did anything. If they sent, if someone asked, I guess maybe I did, that they sent me something and I reviewed it. But yeah, no,
never had no affiliation.
And you know what? And there was some sites, and I don't know if this was one of them, that sent me something, and I knew immediately, that. Oh no, let me take that back. I didn't know immediately. I didn't know until actually I posted the video, and people started telling me, "Yo, that shoe looks whack. Something's wrong with that shoe, or something like that." And I didn't even realize it. I just cracked the box open, started shooting, showing it to people. And they were seeing it for the first time, like me. I remember that happening on a video, and they were like, "Yo, that thing, something's ain't right." And they started, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I contacted the whoever it was, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not dealing with you. Your shit is,
whack,
whacked, double whacked."
Do you think that a lot of those like like factories like still exist, and do you actually think that, or do you believe that a lot of these YouTubers are still using their product, or are they like pretty much extinct from like the I guess the shoe culture?
Oh hell no! I don't think it's extinct at all, man. Counterfeit, fake. If that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's like one of the biggest industries on the
yeah,
planet.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You go to Chinatown in New York City, right? That's all it is there. But so yeah, nah, it ain't dead at all.
I mean,
People are
because
making money hand over fist.
because a lot of people don't want to come to the realization that uh, unauthorized early pairs are fakes.
Right,
A
right.
lot of people don't want to come because they're the ones that's getting it. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So it's like I asked that because you know it's like I said before, like you have these YouTube channels and they're dropping these reviews like for the 7210s. They're reviewing these shoes like 6 months
right.
before. I mean, you have to act. Listen, I remember it's funny that you say like the Supreme Fives. I remember I saw this guy. He did a review for uh, the Camo Supreme Fives,
Right.
and the thing with Supreme is that they don't put on a date. And if people notice, when the shoe started to hit the surface for the blogs couldn't even tell you a date because it's all up to Supreme like when they're gonna drop it. Um, Somehow this guy had the pair early. He does a review, and like he kind of blocked like from like people leaving like comments, but it was like the Jumpman in the bottom of the shoe was just like totally off. And even like the box logo was just like centered. It was just like crazy. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
like, am I am I the only one that's seeing this?
Yeah.
But if you like leave it up to a person like that, nah, man, this shit's not fake, man. I get this from such and such place, and it's like they want to be in denial that it's not, authentic.
Yeah, yeah, man. No, because because I was like that for a while too. I was getting stuff early that, if you're not getting it, so now if you're not getting it from an authorized dealer in the in the box receipt and all the proper product, then it's not legit, right? And but it took me a while to even actually come to that conclusion because for multiple reasons, right? One of them is because I used to buy a lot of used shoes, and I never would get all that. So, but yeah, then with all the scandal that was coming up with with my channel and what people were feeding me as far as shoes, then I had to take a look at that and say, okay, and that wasn't my decision. It was people, it just came out, I guess, on the forums and said, this is how you, and I said, that sounds good, But yeah, so definitely there's still fakes. There still are people making videos with it. It's the biggest economy, one of the biggest economies in the world. So people are, and I still get requests, from people. I don't know who the hell they are, companies, websites, that want to first, they want to be my friend. They want to, connect with me, and then it's whatever. Then they want me, send me shoes to review, and I'm not even dealing with that, unless it comes from an authorized dealer and everything straight up. So yeah, getting stuff 6 months early. I mean, it's rare. If you get like the sample pairs. I used to get a lot of sample pairs that you have to get them, specifically from Nike. Somebody that's at Nike or from the lab, Innovation Lab. I'm not sure if that's the name of their lab. That they have, but or samples that sometimes stores get samples and they get dropped. I don't know, they get the sample and sometimes they'll give it to somebody to review or to sell it or whatever.
Right. All right. So the following question that we have here is from this is actually like a YouTube comment. It says, "Did you ever cross paths with Joe Venuto because he had some affiliation with Air Randy? So did you ever cross paths with him, and like how was that encounter?"
Yeah, no, I Joe Venuto, we would communicate online. I send me texts or we even spoke on the phone. But yeah, I don't know anything about his affiliation with Randy, if he had any affiliation with him or any sites. But yeah, the extent was it that we would kind of talk for a minute. I didn't really know him, but we were supposed to we were supposed to do an interview. He wanted to do an interview
Mm-hmm.
one time with me, but never got around to do it. But that was really the extent of it. We never really. I never met him. No, I never met him in person.
Okay. Yeah. Would you ever? It seems like now, like the big booming business is consignment shops, right? Consignment shops every damn where. Consignment shops is like starting to become like Chinese corner store, like the consignment shop everywhere. Would you ever open up like a Sneakgeekz consignment shop? Like to sell like resell shoes, or like was you never into like the whole reselling shoe thing? Because there's one side of the world that says that resellers are messing up the game and that the shoe culture is the way that they are because of resellers, and then the other half is like that's business savvy. You're getting into a market that's booming. You become a business owner, or business savvy at an early age. Like what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I would start a consignment shop in a minute, if I in a hot minute, if I had somebody that some partners that knew how to run it, and knew the whole business side of it, because I never ran a store, so I don't have any idea how that works. I'm good at other things, but not that. But I think it's excellent. That whole sub market, right, of the industry of the resellers is excellent, because people are creating a business out of nothing, and whenever you do that, that is very good. That impacts everybody, impacts society in a better way, right? So I think it's a great thing. I don't think it's bad in any way. Let the market decide the prices. People say, that's why the price is so high or whatever. People are gonna they're gonna pay what they want, right? If they don't want to pay that price, they won't pay it. That's what determines the price, the free market. And there's nothing better than to have a free market, like that. That's not controlled by anybody. It's just the people,
Right.
However that, whether it's in a consignment shop or on the forums or whatever. Yeah.
Right. And I actually think that it makes the community the better depending on where you open it at, but you could open it up in like in a community where it's like a dead zone, but you have all these kids that's into shoes. You open up a consignment shop there, now all of a sudden like that little area is popping now because of this, consignment shop. So it seems like that's the way of shopping now. Like I've been in plenty of consignment shops, especially in Philly, where you have parents walking in because now $350 seems acceptable these days, for shoes and whatnot. So it's not like back in the day where it was like so appalling, right? Like I'm not spending that amount of money. But it's like now it's like, what choice do you have? You either could try online and do this raffle, and now word on the street is that there's not going to be no release dates coming next year. So it's just going to be a random date. The store is going to know about it, and then they're just going to get the shoe, and then so that's like the talk right now, that Nike is not going to do no release dates coming next year. So it's if you're out the loop and you don't know any of it, then it's like, how are you going to get these shoes?
Yeah, I mean, consignment shop was, I think, the first Jordans that I got. No, they weren't. Were they the first? They might have been one of the first Jordans that I got when I started the YouTube thing, was Flight Club. So yeah, again, more power to that. And I mean, they're not gonna give out release dates. That's whatever. They might not give release dates, but it's gonna get out.
Right. Yeah.
You tell the store, the store just wants to survive. A little store just wants to survive. And they're gonna tell people when shoes are gonna come out.
Majority of your reviews is all Jordans, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you have some favorable Jordans. Like, what would be like your top 5 favorite Jordans?
Probably all these classic, man. I mean, the 6s, right?
Infrared 6s.
Yeah. I like those. Those were one of my early shoes. Damn, 3s, 4s. I mean, if it was between a 3 and a 4, I'd probably pick the 3. But 11s.
11s, it seems, is everybody's top.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with the I was gonna say, well, that's the thing with like now with Jordans. I'm just kind of it's just to me it seems like it's blown up so much that not everywhere I look, but I just see them a lot more.
Yeah,
and that's good. That's okay. It's good. People get into, but so now I'm really, really selective. If if I'm gonna be getting anything. They really, I mean, I haven't been up on it as much on the, but I don't. I mean, because I got them all too, right? I got them all. So there's really nothing that I'm looking, to like. If I would, somebody said, "What Jordan you would get?" I mean that maroon would have been sweet, just because of Nike Air. But yeah, I would be getting other things, other things, and you kind of talked about it before. I started looking into it more, and like the stuff that's happening with some of these collaborations, and with different older, I want to say older brands. To me, the older, like
your A6,
the A6 Diodoras, Fila, but all those brands that I wore when I was a kid. Yeah, so
it seems to me like those seems to be the brands that are winning because of the material that they're putting.
Yeah, man. I was looking at some things
on the shoes.
Yeah, I saw some things. I don't know where I was, some blog, and I saw some things. I was like, damn. Now I would take my wallet out for that.
for that, right? Because it seems like, and I don't know. Like I'm not an expert of this, but who knows what's gonna be like the value of these collaborations, later on down. I mean, because like I said, they're good quality, and it's a different culture. It's not what you're seeing, because it's like you say, like you're walking around, you're seeing the whole, from father all the way to the smallest one in the family got Jordans on, and it's somebody said, I think it was I saw a review with DJ Dells, right, and he said, with with the price that these Jordans are costing you now, you should be able to say, I don't want this shoe. Like if you get a shoe with so many glue stains and all this, take the shoe back.
Right.
Because the reality is that, like, dude, like, like you're spending money on this, So like it seems like when it comes to quality, they're not putting in so much on Jordans, but now with these runners, like your concepts, gift stores, like the Ronnie Fives of the world, and even like, I used to like the Diodoras. Like I keep on saying, I think 2016 is going to be the year of Diodoras, because they just been killing it when it came to these collabs. Even with even with the Raekwon purple tapes, he did the like the Diodora, like the N9000, and I mean the support from that, besides it being Raekwon, for it to be a Diodora shoe, it was a very great looking shoe. So it kind of seems like when these stores step in, the quality becomes even better. Like I would even say this, when now you have stores like Dover Street Market, like they're doing Jordan collaborations, and it'll be like the simplest thing, but you're like, wow, like this freaking quality on this shit is like ridiculous,
Right.
And even like with the suede, like, when they was talking about like with the Supreme Fives, like I didn't hear anybody saying that the suede was bad, compared to the regular Jordan suedes, that come out. So it seems like the quality control is better when boutiques step in.
Yeah, and they like you said, man, they just coming out with it's some crazy stuff. It looks great, and I didn't even know Diodora was still around. It was like crazy when I was like, what?
Yeah.
Damn, I was like, no, it got me thinking, damn, what happened to my old things when I was a kid?
So I mean, if you had the ability, because Mayer was presented with a opportunity to do a collaboration with Fila, and he did the collaboration. I think he released it through A Life, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was through A Life, and he was presented to do the collaboration with Fila. If they presented you with an opportunity to do a collaboration with a shoe, obviously everybody's dream would be a Jordan shoe, but we all know that the reality of that is like kind of far-fetched, right? But if you was to do one like with someone like these runners, or like if you was to team up with a boutique store and they say, hey, like let's do like a collaboration, like what would it be? Like what type of brand would it be?
I'd have to look, I'd have to look at what's going on, and see what's missing, what's not being served. For some reason, when you said that, I got all these names popping up, Adidas and Fila and Vans, pops into my head. But I can't think of any particular
Yeah,
brand.
yeah. So now you're into the whole Bitcoin thing, right?
Yeah, man.
So for us who don't know about Bitcoin, like in an easy terminology, like what is Bitcoin?
So Bitcoin, I've been working in Bitcoin for 3 years now, about 3 years, and I do it full time. Bitcoin is digital cash. Bitcoin is just like that, digital cash that you could spend on the internet, obviously, and or in stores. I'm gonna actually spend some Bitcoin right now at Whole Foods, get some groceries, and you can have it on your phone, and you could you can spend it. You can scan the QR code, but it's a protocol, right? And when it comes to software, it's a software protocol. So I guess another way to an analogy of it is like the internet. The internet is one of the greatest inventions, right, to humanity, and it's a communication channel to share information instantly all over the world. And because of that, it's changed the world dramatically, all in the most remote places of the world, and that's great. And the only thing though, you can't really you could send information, right? You could send somebody a link to a website or whatever, and but you can't really send people money. Like if you have somebody's email address, you can't just send them money. Meaning without them having to go through PayPal or through some bank or a credit card. So with Bitcoin, it is cash for the internet. So I'm able to send anyone in the world money instantly, and all I need is their email address. I could also send it to their phone, right? Text it to them. It's yeah, so it's a big paradigm shift. I do it full time. I'm a miner. A miner is a person that processes transactions, and I consult, and I'm involved in a startup.
Okay.
So Bitcoin also, why it's a big difference in what we know about cash. It's hard to understand Bitcoin when you've been conditioned to think of cash as something that is generally controlled by someone else. Meaning, if you want to spend your cash, generally you need someone's permission, like a bank, and that sort of thing. So also, if you go on the internet to spend cash, to spend money, 99 cents is the minimum that you can spend, right? Like on iTunes or on an ebook or something like that. And one of the reasons is because credit cards take 33% approximately, plus 2.5, 33% plus 30 cents, something like that. So right there, you're working with 70 cents. And then, like iTunes, the credit card takes 33%, the iTunes takes their piece, and then the artist or whoever gets whatever's left over. So, and it's important to understand that we've been conditioned to think, this is just one example, and there's many others, to think that you could only spend $1 on the internet, right? Or you could only spend $1 with your, some stores you go into, you can't spend less than $10 with your credit card. Right. But with Bitcoin, this is one thing that it does out of many, how it changes the whole paradigm of our relation to cash and our relation to the world and the stores around us, is that one Bitcoin, when I first told you about Bitcoin, they were $235 about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Today, they're at $430. So Bitcoin, one Bitcoin, like I said, right now is $435. But one Bitcoin, you could break it down into 100 million bits. So what that means is that you can send someone something for less than $1.
Okay.
You could send someone a nickel. You can't do that with PayPal. You can't do that with anything that's out there. And the reason that's important is because that's called a microtransaction. Because there's people all over the world. Majority of the people in the world only make about $1 a day, right? If that. And they cannot participate in the economy, in the world economy, because they don't have a bank, they don't have a credit card. And most people here in the United States, there's a lot of people, not most people, a lot of people here that don't have credit cards or checking accounts. I know people in my family that it's only just recently, maybe the past 10, 20 years, that they got like a credit card or a checking account. Actually, my mother actually has only had it for a lot less than that. Point is, there's a barrier, right, that a lot of people cannot get involved in the economy of the world or the internet economy, because they don't have a bank account, they don't have a credit card, or they make $1 a day. But with Bitcoin, you can send someone a nickel, a dime. Why that's important? An example is if you have a blog, right? This is an example where you see microtransactions, but we've been conditioned to think about it differently. If you have a blog and you put ads on your blogs, the way you get paid is by your CPMs, right? How many views you get per, and you get like a fraction of a penny per 1,000 views or 10,000 views, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And then you also get if you click. But with Bitcoin, what people are doing is instead of putting ads, they put like a way that people could tip them, and just send them a tip instead of them putting ads on their blogs. So if I go to this guy's blog and I'm looking at it and I like the content, I could send him a quarter, I could send him a dime right through my phone, or whatever, a dollar, and help support what he's doing or she, and it doesn't have to, and they don't have to put ads. That's just one example. And what we're talking about is disruption. The biggest website for ad revenue on the internet is Google, right? Google is a multi-billion-dollar company, and 80% of their revenue is from ads on the web. And this is one of the things that Bitcoin can disrupt and change the whole paradigm of how we create content and how we, like if somebody, there's another example, if somebody is a blogger in Kenya or Nigeria or somewhere or in Cuba and they want to create a website and put ads, they might not be able to because they don't have an account, right? Like a credit card account, a bank account that they can link so they could get the ads sent to them. I mean, they could probably get a check, but they can't cash the check because they don't have a bank account, or their check is not accepted in their country. So Bitcoin allows people to bypass all that middleman shit and allows people to take freedom, to take control of their own money and spend it on what you want. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever created, right? So Bitcoin is the internet of money. It's a way to exchange value over the internet. It's a new internet that's being built. You've heard of Web 2.0. This is like Web 3.0, right? This is, and it's happening now. All the biggest banks are involved in it. It's a way, if you like to trade stocks and bonds, like we were talking earlier, if you like to trade, you gotta go to Ameritrade or one of those websites, and you need like $5,000 to $10,000 to start trading, to make money. And the richest people on the world have made their money on Wall Street. Some of them, or they have a large part of their wealth on Wall Street. A lot of people in the world, not just in the United States, can't participate in that because it costs, was it $5 or $10 just to get a admission, right? Just to open an account. With Bitcoin, you could start with $20. You could get $10 of Bitcoin, and you could start trading like with the big boys. And you can. It totally flips the whole paradigm of money, our relationship with money, and money is like pretty much if you control the purse, you control everything. Meaning, in this country, right? Whoever controls the Federal Reserve controls the creation of money in this country, and you control the money. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter who's in Congress. It doesn't matter how you vote. It doesn't matter what you read, what you believe in, what music you listen to, what TV shows, what group Occupy you are part of. If they control the money, they control everything. Nothing else matters. And Bitcoin changes that.
2016, would you come back sometime? Like no specific date. Like, yeah, I'm coming back January 2016. Like, just like sometime next year. Would you come back, and what would you change? Are we gonna see the Sneakgeekz from back then? Would you like take your time to reinvent yourself?
I don't know. I don't know how much I would do different because my personality would come out. I think whatever, Well, you saw when you was talking to me about Bitcoin, I started talking really fast, and I was getting amped, and because I do get amped about it. Yeah, I don't know how much I would change. It all depends on the situation and stuff. But I've been getting into, which I'm gonna go do today. Along with my Bitcoin, one of my hobbies is drones. Okay. So I do some drone flying, right? And so I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with that. Okay. And I got all these drone models, and I'm gonna be going to the park here, and meet up with a bunch of other people. I try to FPV racing.
Okay.
Was where you race drones,
Okay.
and you got like goggles on,
Okay.
and the drone's got a camera on it, and you like this, and it's like it's extreme. It's like it's totally any video game or anything like that is like it's nothing compared to this. You like a Star Wars. You know, you like when you see the Star Wars episodes when they're like going through the rocks and you that's what it's like. And
listen, you should. My idea to you is to start a Sneakgeekz YouTube reality show. Okay, like fuck all this. Like everybody wants you to go back to the sneaker thing, and that's cool. But everybody's doing it at the same time too. But I would kind of like to see because you have your hands on so many things. You know, whether it be the Bitcoin, the shoes, the family man, the everything. Like right now, like the hottest shit is like Periscope. And
oh
like,
yeah.
Everybody's on Yo, I actually
get on my Periscope, periscope.tv/Sneakgeekz, just like you spell it. I haven't posted anything yet.
You should because I only follow 3 people on Periscope. I follow Dallas Penn, I follow Sneaker Addict, and I follow Mayor. And out of the 3, I would say that Dallas Penn and Mayor are the most. Mayor is like one I don't even know how to put it, man. Like he's just like he's all over the place, but I actually enjoy like the shit talk, like like that NY, like look what I got and look at this, and so it's like I enjoy watching that. So I don't know, man. Maybe you want to like hop in on Periscope a little bit more and like a Sneakgeekz reality show, like your everyday thing, and then like kind of tying like the sneaker world into it, I think that would be dope, man. You should think about that.
That sounds good, man. That sounds crazy, man. I might use that idea. But
I just want 2%, like you know what I'm saying. I just want 2%, man. That's not much. Yeah.
Killing me, man.
At least, or something from your collection. Like you have like this big, nice collection. Like, is it ever enough? Like, is there still things that you want? I think one of the last thing that I've seen that people are going stupid crazy for, but the money is like ridiculous, is, these Eminem 4 collaboration with Carhartt. And again, collaborations, it seems like whoever has the better quality, that's what they're going with, So like, is there still shoes out there that you're still like hunting for? That's like, shit, yo, I wish I still had this shoe, or I wish I could get this shoe,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them, and I gotta be careful because I do get like obsessed with them and start like just So I mean, there's a lot of them. I never had Eminem 4s or undefeated 4s. I never got those. Something I always wanted.
Have you ever collected like SB dunks?
Yeah. I had.
Do you think that they kind of like fell off the pedestal as well, or do you think that they're kind of like, a lot of people that was like real hardcore into like the SBs, even like with the channels, like they just kind of stopped because it seems like the quality control even with SBs is just like it went from great to like horrible,
Yeah, that's too bad because that was like one of the few places you could still get a good shoe, right? And that one of the few lines that that was still making quality stuff. And yeah, I mean there was I did some reviews on some SBs. I still got, and I wear them, and I got SBs that I wear. I mean, I think pigeons. I don't think I ever got that. It just I never got the right price. Never got my size because I want to wear them. That was the thing that I was more into the collecting, where not to wear them until one time I had something. It was in Mocha 3s or it was Mocha 3s and 4s I had that just had them on the shelf, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put these shits on, and I go to take them off, and I see what the, and there's like a crack, on the back, and I go to put them on, and them shits they like crunch. I was like, oh,
the whole thing just came off.
That was a turning. I was like, what am I doing, man? I spent so much money on this thing,
and you ain't even wear it.
And I never wore it. I can't wear it. And so then that's how I made a view. I said, so what am I, man? Am I a collector? Am I just gonna buy things to put on the shelf, or am I gonna wear them? So yeah, so that there was a major change and evolution in things that I was getting, and that's how I am now. If I'm gonna get some, I want to wear it.
Yeah. You're gonna wear it automatically, or you're just gonna like let it sit?
No, I let it sit.
Okay. Yeah, because there's some people that are like, all right, I got it, but I'm not gonna wear it now because everybody's gonna. So I'm gonna just kind of like take my time with it. I came up, man, like with this thing, like I don't know, man. I might get killed like by the time I get out. So let me enjoy my 72 tens. You know, like let me wear my 11s right now because I bought it. You know, just let me enjoy. I used to be from that mind frame, like you know, like I'm gonna buy this shoe and I'm gonna wear it in the summertime. You know, but then it's like, yo, you never know what could happen from here to the summertime.
Yeah,
So let
yeah.
me enjoy this shit right now.
No,
You know?
I used to wear things immediately, you know,
Mhm.
and you know, a lot of times my thing was I would get something early, you
Mhm.
know, and then I wear them
You want to show it off?
immediately.
You want
Yeah,
to show it off?
hell yeah.
You want to show it off?
I go to House of Hoops or Foot Locker, and they be dudes' heads be spinning. They're like,
Mhm.
"What the? What,
Mhm.
how?" And then you know, yeah, that was you know, they love doing that. So yeah, yeah. Now you know it depends. You know now you know because it depends on the item. You know,
Mhm.
or some of these higher end items,
Mhm.
these real exclusive collabs and stuff like that. I might you know hold off and just wear for the right thing. Make sure
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
because prices of Jordans went up now.
Mm,
You know, now we at 190. You know,
mm,
these 11s was 220. The
mm.
maroons were 220. So you know, it's getting kind of expensive,
Have you
man.
seen the 11s? Have you?
Yeah, actually, my wife bought them for me. It's like and dislike. I wore them yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like real fucked up materials with like
Really?
nice ideas. Like the
Uh,
you know, like the back of the shoe has like this.
I haven't even touched them. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, like the back of the shoe has almost like this fleece type of material, so it kind of look like that's gonna like become like a hairball type of thing. Like it's not well put.
Like the liner?
Yeah.
Oh,
But now, what I do like about the shoe, it's like kind of the patent leather is almost like a translucent sole. So the tumble leather, you can see right through it. You know, like you can see the tumble leather like underneath. You know, the patent leather with a little bit of that glittery thing. You know, the glittery thing is not really that bad like people make it seem, but you know, the shoe it's nice for a non-retro colorway, but very poorly executed when it comes to some of the materials.
mm.
So you know, but yo, thank you, man. Like I definitely want to thank you, man, for being a part of this podcast, man. You know, what's your social medias like, man? Like, what are you in and what are you not in, and what are you more active in and what are you
Yeah.
not too active on?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I guess the easiest way to see something on social media would be Twitter
Mhm.
because I get all those alerts, you right, on the phone and stuff.
Mhm.
Also, and also I on Instagram.
Mhm.
Um, and then I'm on everything, right? I got a Facebook Sneakgeekz page.
Mhm.
You know, I got I got the YouTube channel and on Periscope, got that account that I'm gonna be kicking off, and I'm gonna start doing some things on there.
Yeah, man. I want to
Just
see you on Periscope, man. I want to see like your
yeah,
drone experience.
yeah. Maybe I'll do something today. I don't know.
You know, I want to
Depend.
see you at Whole Foods, man, like shopping like some. I want to see you like reviewing some salad dressing or some shit like that. You know,
Yeah,
because you know but like I said, man, I definitely thank you, man. If anybody want to download my free app, is KillaKicks is a free app for iPhone and Android. You could definitely follow me on Twitter, KillaKicks215, and Instagram, Killa_Kicks. So, any final thoughts, man? Any?
No, man, I want to thank you for asking me to do this interview. It's been great, man. You know, a lot of people have been asking me to do something to kind of, you know, kind of explain what happened or whatever.
Mhm.
Hopefully, this has answered a lot of that. And yeah, just you know, as far as you know, my Sneak Geeks still the same, how you spell it. And yeah, man, you know, hit me up, give me some ideas if people want me to do something like on a video or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I'm open to doing that. Yeah, man. And yeah, that's it, man. Everybody be safe. You be safe too, bro. When you
Yeah, man. Everybody enjoy your holidays. Have a safe Christmas. Have a safe New Year's. This would be my last podcast for 2015. So it was amazing. I got to open it with Dallas Penn and I got to close it with Sneakgeekz, man. So I mean, like, what else can I ask for? I don't know. This was perfect, right?
That's cool, man. Yeah, yeah. Again, thank you. Thank you to everybody that's listening to this. You know, make sure you download the app. And I've been seeing you doing some things, some reviews that are really good.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, so yeah, and hopefully we can do something like this again, man.
Yeah, man. So till next time, everybody, peace out. Like I said, enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you in 2016. Peace out.